Alrighty, hey there guys, Adrian DeCosta here, aka Jetterbro95, coming at you guys with another video. So today we've got the two draft rookies for the current day Seahawks roster. I decided to use it today because I feel like it would have been a lot more fun to do it that way rather than use the main roster for the Seahawks theme team. So we do have the 20th selection, my apologies, which was Jackson Smith and Jigba, and we also have the 5th overall selection, which was Devin Witherspoon. Now, sadly, I could not get my reactions to my live reactions that I had on live stream yesterday. I could not get those in the video due to potential copyright claims, so I will just tell you guys how I feel about the picks when I do my introduction for them. So let's start with Devin Witherspoon. This was the complete surprise for me. I don't think anybody in their right mind thought Seattle was going to take a cornerback. Maybe a select few were, but me personally, I was expecting Jalen Carter or Anthony Richardson, but sadly Anthony Richardson was taken at number 4, which I think was the reason why Seattle went with Devin Witherspoon instead, is because AR-15 was gone by the 4th pick. But Devin Witherspoon, talking about him real quick, 99 speed, acceleration, 95 man, 99 zone, 97 press. He's a good cornerback. Definitely somebody I am looking forward to seeing what he can do next year. And I think this card is really, really solid as a outside corner. Definitely going to play him there on this team. Now, he does get all of the basic abilities, as we talked about before many times, for 1 AP. And then in the final bucket, he can get flat zone KO, acrobat, pick artist, and deep out KO for free. I'm choosing to rock flat zone, deep out, and pick artist on him, as I think that's probably the best setup for him. If you do want the 1 AP to spare, you probably could cut the flat zone KO if you're playing him on outside corner, or the deep out if you're playing him at nickel corner, which I personally would rather play him at outside corner just because he is taller at 6'1". And I believe Kobe Bryant is 6 foot flat, and Kobe Bryant just plays really, really good at nickel corner, to be completely honest. But then we also have Jackson Smith and Jigba. I'm going to be completely honest with you guys. I do not like this pick whatsoever. I thought this was a terrible pick live. I did soften up to it and think that it was fine overall, but you know, I am not a fan of this pick just because of the fact that wide receiver, again, much like corner, was really not a position of need. Defensive tackle was a position of need. I would argue also a potential offensive lineman, like a guard, would have been something that we needed. But, I mean, there wasn't really that many good linemen projected in the first round. I think there was maybe 3 linemen selected overall compared to, like, some of the other positions. But, I mean, hey, it wouldn't have been the worst reach of the night for a draft pick, because that belongs to the Dallas Cowboys and Detroit Lions for reaching for their picks. Anyhow. But the card itself, Jackson Smith and Jigba, once again, 99 speed, 99 catching. He's good. He actually did end up coming up pretty clutch for me in this gameplay that you're going to see a couple of times, I think. I know one time I know for like the first time he did, he was really, really clutch. Or the last time he did, I can't remember. He did come up clutch once, but Jackson Smith, I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do. The offense definitely is now pretty set on the current day roster, like not on like this lineup, but in the real life roster. You know, wide receivers are stacked. Kenneth Walker, obviously a stud running back. Geno Smith gonna be definitely one of the better quarterbacks in the league next year. If we can get something out of Noah Fant, I think that would be fantastic. Would add another dimension to the offense. And then obviously the offensive line. Obviously, I'm having to use some different players like Justin Britt and Clevin Glover for the guard and center. And then I'm using Alex Cappa for right guard because I can't stand Damian Lewis. He's terrible. I don't know why he's on my team still. But with that being said, though, guys, enjoy the gameplay. Alright, as we get into the gameplay, my opponent's top 3 is Cam Newton, Demario Davis, and Deebo Samuel. And then for myself, we've got the same top 3 as probably will be for the rest of the year with Bobby Wagner, Devin Bush, and DK Metcalf. So as I said in the intro, guys, this is the current day Seahawks team roster. Now, obviously, I do have to have a couple of fillers in here, sadly. Like, I have John Madden and Sam Adams at defensive tackle. My apologies. I had a hiccup there. I gotta have them at DT because I, quite frankly, don't know who the DT is going to be this year, and I don't think the Seahawks have a usable defensive tackle at this current moment, and maybe they might probably play Jermont Jones at defensive tackle, which I wouldn't hate, but at the same time, though, like, he really doesn't have a good usable DT card in Madden right now, so, like, his card is best as an edge rusher. whatnot. If you guys heard, you know, jingling of a collar in the background, I do apologize. My cat decided to come over and say hello while I am recording. So, but yeah, 4th and 2 on this series. You know, definitely want to try and get obviously want to get a stop here. So he tries a play action bootleg, but obviously we send the dogs at him and we get him with a user sack with Devin Bush, who, once again, I'm just going to keep harping on this Devin Bush. This Devin Bush is incredibly underrated of a card. I absolutely love him. Right here, we tried the corner route to Metcalf, but for some reason, a cornerback with no abilities was able to not only get there to get the interception, but was able to basically play man coverage on that possession, and I just don't understand how that ends up being the case. But I mean, whatever. This game is stupid. You know, sometimes things matter except when they don't. Anyways, he scrambles a couple times with Cam Newton and gets to his 2nd and inches on this play. So I believe we tried to send the house again here. He actually does lob this over the top of Tariq Woolen and Quandre Diggs. Yeah, I did play cover 0 on that, so I mean, I'm not really too PO'd about that for the most part. It's 1st and goal here. He tries to scramble, doesn't get anywhere, so now he has to throw the ball away. So 2nd and goal, handoff to Christian McCaffrey, and this time he does get into the end zone. So a good start for him. Obviously, you know, not the greatest starts for myself, but good start for him. Right here, we take the swing to K9, who, you know, as of recording this video, the 2nd round for the Seahawks picks have come in. I know they drafted a backup running back with in the 2nd round, which, I mean, you know what? Whatever. Like, I get the idea, but I would just say you probably could find a good backup running back later on in the draft, rather than going for it now, which right here, 2nd and 10, we do take a sack on the DB blitz. I did have K9 open, so I try to go to the same play again. He actually does audible out, so I do change up my play. I just go to verts, halfback under from my playbook. We actually throw this vertical route to Fant. He actually does come back to make the catch. So I mean, good play by Fant. I was afraid I was gonna have to I was gonna take another sack or something like that, and that would have been really, really bad. But yeah, no, the Seahawks did draft a backup running back with the 2nd selection in their first selection in the 2nd round, and then the 2nd one, I mean. And then the 2nd selection they got with the Broncos pick, which was pick number 37, that ended up being a defensive end, which, I mean, that one's a bit head-scratching to me, because I don't really feel like we needed a defensive end in that sense, but I mean, maybe Jerron Reed is just there for veteran purposes, like he's just there to help prop up the young guys, which, I mean, does make sense. You know, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you guys know I was not a fan of the picks. Quite honestly, I just was not happy with them. But right here, we do actually find the strike to DK on that somehow. I don't know how we did, but we managed to get the ball over him, and we do get the score. And after a nice return, my opponent is set up on his 31, but we do get a nice tackle for a loss in the backfield with, I believe, Devin Bush and Quandre Diggs. Right here, for some reason, you know, Quandre does not match on the seam flat, and we just give up a touchdown in 2 plays. So you can tell I'm pretty PO'd right about now. So right here, definitely felt like I had the touchdown to Metcalf, but probably glad I actually took a sack there, because it probably would have got picked off. 2nd and 18, take the stick route, obviously, to Jason Smith-Njigba, which, you know, he already, if you guys did see earlier, he did get a catch while I was talking about the Seahawks picks. Right here, 3rd and inches, for some reason, we get blown up in the backfield, but on this next play, we do give it to K9 again, and he does get the 1st down. So, yeah, but overall, you know, with the Seahawks draft right now, I'm really indifferent. Like, on one hand, I feel like the Seahawks really should be drafting better. And then on the other hand, I'm just like, you know what? Seattle's drafting based on what they feel like they need, which I guess is fine. Right here, we do to have pressure in the face. We do find DK on the C route right there. And then 4th and 3 here. Now, I thought DK dropped the ball, but after looking back at it, you know, now that I'm doing these games post-commentary, he actually just didn't even, like, I basically got lucky there. He actually had the ball in his hands, for the defender had the ball in his hands for an interception, and he dropped it. So yeah, but anyways, as I was talking about, like, with the edge rusher, like, the reason why I'm confused on that pick is because we do have some good edges, even like if outside of Jerron Reed and Jermont Jones, who are definitely going to be playing interior pass rushers in my opinion now. We do still have Boye Mafe as well as Uchenna Nwosu, who Uchenna Nwosu was really, really good for the Seahawks last year. I don't know why the Seahawks fans just forgot about Uchenna. And then also for the Seahawks this year, you know, Boye Mafe as well as Darrell Taylor, who definitely came in, he had a little bit of a good stretch in the second half of the year, as last quarter of the year, is right here we actually do force into a field goal. But here we take the curl route to Metcalf. Once again, we do get a first down here, so now a 2-minute warning. You know, trying to see if we can get him, beat him deep. We actually do with the short out elite glitch. Jackson Smith-Njigba does get the first down, and he does get around to about the 5-yard line, which is really, really good. You know, this Jackson Smith-Njigba was really clutch for me today. Like, absolutely was someone I could depend on down the field on the outside. But right here, almost threw an interception there. But second and goal, we throw it up to Metcalf on the huck it, chuck it, fuck it, and we get the touchdown. Yay! But we're still down 2 points, so we got to get a quick stop here. So 1st and 10, goes to an outside zone, does get the tackle in the backfield. So now we're looking at a 2nd and 11 here. Now, if you guys watched my last video, you guys know how bad of a clock management this guy, my last opponent, was. Well, right here, my opponent isn't that much better in this game, and he actually throws me a pick, a lurks, essentially, like a lurks with Jamal Adams. Now, obviously, it's a little bit different because I'm currently losing and I'm outside of slight outside of field goal range because I'm using Jason Myers on this roster instead of the leg. So right here, 3rd and 10, try the curl out to Metcalf. Some reason he gets it knocked out again. You can see I'm pretty PO'd. So right here, you see, I just put that up real quick because you see some Jackson Smith-Njigba's lined up on the outside. Now, this is a huge throw because obviously definitely trying to get down inbounds to get the catch first to milk the clock. So you see Smith-Njigba comes down with it. I'm starting to wonder what is going on here. And then, boom. The first down marker changes. We got the 5-yard line, so thank God for that. We did get the first down, so now we just basically milk the clock here, get a timeout, get a field goal, and that is basically it. However, the problem is there's no first down to reset the time, and basically now we're locked into a situation where we got to kick the field goal and take a 1-point lead. So right here, he's got to go for it deep. He tries to test Kobe Bryant, but Kobe is right there to pick him off, and that was the end of the game. He ultimately does end up quitting after that. I do a little bit of a celebration because, you know, at this point I'm pretty tilted. I gotta be better at not being so tilted when I play games. But I hope you guys did enjoy. That is the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy, hit the like button below and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Yes, I said subscribe. And with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace.